The learning journey can be broadly divided into 4 phases. And when you put in enough learning hours, you go from okay to good to great to amazing. So I had a friend who would start something new, be excited and enthusiastic about it, and almost without fail, she'd just lose interest. It didn't matter if it was a college degree or music or work. And I never realized that it's likely because of her inability to understand and deal with her learning phases. Hi everyone. Today we're diving into a topic that's often overlooked but crucially important for anyone pursuing anything worthwhile: understanding your own learning journey. Think of it like climbing a mountain. You're not born at the peak, you start at the base, and then the path to the summit is filled with challenges and lessons. Knowing where you are on that journey can make all the difference in your success. The learning journey can be broadly divided into 4 phases. As we go through these phases, I'll share my own photography experience with you as an example for it. First up is phase 1, which is called unconscious incompetence. In this phase, you're blissfully unaware that you have a skill gap. You've started something new and you might think that you can do it, but you haven't actually tried it properly or don't realize the complexities involved. For me, this was when I picked up my first DSLR camera in May 2012. It was a Canon 550D and I had set it to auto. Now before this, I was shooting with a point and shoot, which didn't give out that great photos. But when I started taking photos with this camera on auto, it was amazing and I thought I was like the boss. The phase 2 is called conscious incompetence. This is the reality check phase. You realize the depth of the industry and the skills that's required, and you realize that you have a lot to learn. It dawns on you that you're not very good at this yet, and you start becoming aware of your limitations. This can be a discouraging moment, but it's also a crucial step in the learning process. Now for me, this was when I started reading up and learning how to get off of auto. Every day I could feel how I just got more and more depressed when I realized how little I knew about it, whether it was ISO, aperture, shutter speed, framing, types of light, the direction of light, off-camera flash, high-speed sync, everything. It was crazy. And I just felt myself going into that depth. Do I even want to pursue this at all? Phase 3 is conscious competence. You've started to develop the skill, but it still requires focused effort and attention. You might feel like you're constantly thinking about what you're doing, but you're making progress. It's an uphill climb. It's tough. You have to grit through it, but eventually, as you keep progressing, you start to make that progress and move upwards. And now we get to phase 4, unconscious competence. You've reached the point where the skill has become like second nature to you. You can perform it without much thought. It frees you up so that you can use your mental energy to focus on the more creative aspects. And when you put in enough learning hours, you go from okay to good to great to amazing. And according to Malcolm Gladwell in his book Outliers, you need about 10,000 hours of doing an activity for you to go from being great to being amazing. So the more and more that I worked at the craft of photography, the better I became. And I would mentally click once something made sense as I took a specific photo. High-speed sync clicked for me when I had a shoot in golden hour, the sun behind the bridal couple. Now this may not mean a lot to you, but when you can able to take a photo like this, it's really, you're like, wow, okay, fine, it actually makes sense. And that's when I'm in that phase, right? Now, coming all the way back to my friend now. So every time she started something new, she would get caught up in phase 1. And as soon as she hit phase 2, when it started getting difficult, she would taper off and find reasons not to continue. Reasons like the lecturers are biased, her passion has changed, she wants to pursue a different career, or a whole myriad of different reasons why she couldn't continue. Understanding these learning phases has helped me to trust the process and have a more sober view to learning new skills. I think it is essential for maintaining motivation and avoiding prematurely giving up. If you find yourself stuck in phase 2, don't despair. It's okay. It's a common stage, and that's where the real growth actually happens. The key is to persist and push through the discomfort. You should try seeking guidance from mentors in the skill or in this field that you want to be practicing. And you need to practice regularly, and you can't be afraid of making mistakes. Do not ever be afraid of making mistakes. You never lose, you only learn. Every mistake is an opportunity to learn and to improve, even if it's just 1%. Thank you for watching. I hope that you received something useful and insightful through the content. Please subscribe to the Meek Media channel. Every sub helps. Remember, the only way to get better at something is to keep learning and growing. So go out there, embrace the learning journey, and unleash your potential. Have Have a great day. Cheers.